Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel. It's been a while since we've spoken, but we're back with another wonderful quote to inspire you all. Today we're going to discuss the quote, "You are what you think." This is a very common saying that can be found in many different cultures around the world. But before we get into the meaning of this quote, let's take a moment to appreciate the beauty of the language itself. The simplicity and elegance of the statement "you are what you think" is what makes it so powerful. It is a concise and impactful way of expressing a complex philosophical idea that has stood the test of time. The rhythm and repetition of the words create a sense of balance and harmony, making it a memorable and influential quote. Whether you're a writer, a speaker, or just someone who appreciates the power of language, the quote, "You are what you think" is a great example of how simple words can have a profound impact on our lives. So let us dive deeper into the meaning behind these words and see how we can apply them to our own lives. The quote "you are what you think" suggests that our thoughts define our reality and shape our experiences. This idea has been explored by philosophers and spiritual teachers throughout history and is a central concept in many ancient traditions. According to this way of thinking, our thoughts are the building blocks of our reality, and everything we experience in life is a reflection of our inner state of mind. This perspective challenges us to take responsibility for our thoughts and to cultivate a positive and constructive mindset in order to create a better life for ourselves. By focusing on negative thoughts, while positive thoughts can lead to greater happiness and fulfillment. In order to understand this quote, it's important to consider the different types of thoughts that we have. According to some teachings, there are three main categories of thoughts: constructive, destructive, and neutral. Constructive thoughts are those that inspire creativity, innovation, and personal growth. They help us to see possibilities and opportunities and enable us to take action towards our goals. Destructive thoughts, on the other hand, are those that cause us to feel negative emotions such as anger, resentment, and jealousy. They can hold us back and prevent us from moving forward in life. Neutral thoughts are those that don't have a positive or negative charge and simply reflect our observations of the world around us. According to the idea that you are what you think, constructive thoughts create a positive and harmonious state of mind, which in turn creates positive experiences in our lives. When we think positively and focus on solutions, we are more likely to attract positive people, opportunities, and outcomes into our lives. Similarly, destructive thoughts create a negative and dissonant state of mind, which can lead to negative experiences and circumstances. When we dwell on negative thoughts and focus on problems, we may find ourselves stuck in a cycle of negativity and suffering. Neutral thoughts do not have a direct impact on our experiences and can be thought of as simply reflections of the world around us. It's important to note that this is not a deterministic view of the world. We are not simply victims of our thoughts. Rather, we have the ability to choose which thoughts to focus on and which to let go of. By cultivating a mindset of positivity and openness, we can create a more fulfilling and joyful life for ourselves. The concept of "you are what you think" is closely related to the idea of intentionality. Our thoughts and intentions create our reality. This idea suggests that we have the power to shape our future by setting clear intentions and directing our thoughts towards positive outcomes. For example, if we set an intention to be more positive and start noticing the good things in our lives, we are more likely to experience positivity and gratitude. Similarly, if we set an intention to be more patient and start practicing patience in our daily lives, we may find that our relationships and experiences become more peaceful and harmonious. However, it's also important to recognize the limitations of this idea. We cannot expect to manifest every desire or outcome simply by thinking positively. There are external factors beyond our control that can influence our experiences, and we must be willing to accept and adapt to those realities. Additionally, while positive thoughts can contribute to our well-being and success, they are not a substitute for taking concrete actions towards our goals. We must be willing to put in the effort and work required to achieve our dreams. Overall, the concept of "you are what you think" offers a hopeful and empowering message. We have the power to create a positive and fulfilling life for ourselves by focusing on our thoughts and intentions. However, it's important to approach this idea with a balanced perspective, recognizing both its potential and its limitations. Another aspect of the quote "you are what you think" is the importance of self-awareness and introspection. In order to change our thoughts, we must first become aware of them and understand the patterns that shape our mindset. This requires a deep level of self-reflection and honesty, as well as a willingness to confront any negative or limiting beliefs that may be holding us back. Through practices such as meditation, journaling, and therapy, we can gain insight into our thought patterns and work towards creating a more positive and constructive inner dialogue. For example, if we notice that we constantly compare ourselves to others and feel envious of their success, we can acknowledge this pattern and challenge the underlying beliefs that drive it. Perhaps we believe that we are not good enough or that we don't deserve success. By becoming aware of these thoughts and beliefs, we can start to question their validity and replace them with more positive and empowering affirmations. In addition to self-awareness, it's also important to develop a sense of self-compassion. We can be our own worst critic and often get caught up in a cycle of judgment and self-blame. However, when we treat ourselves with kindness and understanding, we create a more supportive inner environment that allows for growth and change. By practicing self-compassion, we can learn to forgive ourselves for past mistakes and move forward with a renewed sense of purpose and direction. Developing a positive and constructive mindset is an ongoing process that requires patience and persistence. It is important to remember that we are not perfect and will inevitably have negative or unproductive thoughts from time to time. However, by embracing the ideas of self-awareness, intentionality, and self-compassion, we can cultivate a mindset that supports our well-being, success, and personal growth. To cultivate a positive mindset, it's helpful to engage in activities that bring us joy and fulfillment. This could include spending time in nature, practicing gratitude, connecting with loved ones, or pursuing creative hobbies. By making time for the things that matter most to us, we can create a more positive and balanced life. Additionally, it's important to seek out positive influences in our lives, whether it's through the company we keep, the books we read, or the podcasts we listen to. By surrounding ourselves with positivity, we can reinforce our own positive thoughts and beliefs. It's also important to be mindful of the language we use, both to ourselves and others. Using positive and encouraging language can help us to maintain a positive mindset, while negative or critical language can reinforce negative thoughts and beliefs. By being aware of our language patterns, we can make a conscious effort to use language that supports our mental well-being and personal growth. In conclusion, the quote "You are what you think" is a powerful reminder that our thoughts shape our reality and experiences. By cultivating a positive and constructive mindset, we can create a more fulfilling and joyful life for ourselves. While it is important to acknowledge the limitations of this idea and to recognize the role of external factors and concrete actions in shaping our future, the concept of "you are what you think" offers a hopeful and empowering message. We have the power to create a positive and fulfilling life for ourselves by focusing on our thoughts and intentions. However, it's important to approach this idea with a balanced perspective, recognizing both its potential and its limitations. Thank you all for joining us on this journey of self-discovery and personal growth. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and share it with your friends and family. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so that you never miss out on our latest videos. As always, we appreciate your support and hope that you continue to tune in for more insightful content. Until next time, take care and remember to stay curious.